Skippers, presented by Owner's Box Fantasy Sports, everyone's favorite segment. Monday Mailbag, answering your fantasy baseball question. Before we get going, shout out Ace Hill, our partners. What do they have, Jer?
Everything.
If you're drinking, drink Ace Hill products. Get into your opening notes before we send it to T-Mac.
Make sure you smash the like button. Mailbag got his record lowest amount of views last week, so we need to change things around. So drop a question in the comments for next week's episode, or we'll just answer them, actually.
Yeah,
but
we'll do it.
Make sure you send emails to skippers@ownersbox.com if you have questions or you want to send your roster.
Or you can just join the Cord.
Yeah, join the Discord.
Easiest. You sent a message today in all caps. What did it say?
It said drop your questions below.
Yeah, and proceeded to get a lot of questions. So shout out the boys in the Cord, Drew, Jer, Abe, and the one and only Tyler McKillop. Tyler, into the questions.
Absolutely.
You've got mail.
Great question to start things off. Would you rather win a World Series or go to the Hall of Fame?
We always have one banger question, and this is this week's question.
Why is it a banger question?
Because it's just a good debate.
Because
debate.
What's the real reason why you think it's a good question? Because you came up with it.
Yes. That is true. I couldn't think about that.
Yeah. You said, he's like, dude, I have a great question. This needs to be
Every
on
time
there.
I think, though, I need one great question, one that trickles the brain, gives it a nice tickle.
I think the answer's got to be Hall of Fame, right? Guaranteed great career.
I said Hall of Fame. I said Hall of Fame.
I said World Series. For different reasons. Bring up your points.
I do. Okay, so I'll go Hall of Fame. You know you have. It's just a safer bet. You know you're gonna. You had an amazing career. Probably made a shitload of money, and you're in obviously with the greats in the Hall of Fame. But you do miss out on the World Series. But a World Series, I saw a lot of downside. Like you win, but you're a platoon guy.
You see downsides in winning World Series?
Yeah, because you're a platoon guy, and then let's just say you're out of the league. You only played for like 3 years. You're out of the league. There's a lot that could go wrong. But Hall of Fame, you know you had a great career.
What's the one story you're going to tell, though, to every single person you come in contact with if you won a World Series and you were a platoon player?
You won a World Series, but if you were in the Hall of Fame, you don't even have to tell anyone that because you got so much money, you don't give a shit what people think of you.
Every year, 4 guys get elected to the Hall of Fame and 40 win the World Series.
Yes, that is a good point.
Yeah.
40 is wrong. It's 20-something, isn't it? But close.
A lot of guys in the
yeah.
system would probably tell their buddies that they won a World Series.
They were part of the team. Yeah. Probably at least 40 guys get a ring.
Yeah.
You're probably
Guys
right.
like Ted Williams, Ken Griffey Jr., probably best guys to be Hall of Fame with no World Series. Like I'd take that over just a random guy that won a World Series.
But I was about to say, you make the Hall of Fame, they'll talk about what regret do you have when you played.
You will have that regret. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
If you win a World Series, you don't have that regret. You accomplish pretty much. Think of this: you're a little kid, say 5 years old, right? Playing in the front yard. What do you talk about when you're about to? You're like. You say, oh, your mom telling you to come in for dinner. You know, it's a little dark outside. You say, okay, like the last game of the World Series, like I need a walk-off hit here, right? You don't talk about going to the Hall of Fame when you're a kid. It's like all the culmination of your hard work is to win a World Series, not to make the Hall of Fame.
Well, they don't know better when you're that age. Like we don't know like, oh,
if they know the World Series, they probably know the Hall of Fame.
I mean, World Series is the glory, but Hall of Fame is the legacy, right? I'd probably take the legacy.
Banners fly forever, though.
Your name's in the Hall of Fame forever.
As we've gone through this, I've maybe started to take more of the side of the Hall of Fame, but I'm still World Series. I don't know. You reach the pinnacle of the sport, and like Avery said, you don't go say to mom like, okay, mom, wait, I'll come inside after I get another hit and make sure I hit 300 for my career.
Yeah, it's like you also share winning a World Series with 25 to 40 other people, which is something you'll never forget.
Yeah.
We won provincial championships, not a big deal. At the A level, not a big deal. What do we talk about every weekend when we do drinks together?
Yeah.
Play it.
Pretty much like the minor leagues of MLB, what we won.
No, okay, guys. Yeah, they say not a big deal, and it's really not a big deal.
Anyways, drop your
banners fly forever.
We want to hear what you guys think.
T-Mac's just mad.
So answer the question below. Answer the question.
No, you did not beat me because we didn't play it. We didn't compete for the same type of championship.
Question number 2.
Blue Jays podcast now for a moment here. Let's shift our brains that way. What pitcher should the Blue Jays be trading for? Should it be a starter like Kyle Gibson, Herman Marquez, Sonny Gray, or reliever? Let's get crazy and say Josh Hader, but Richard Rodriguez, Yimi Garcia.
Okay, like they're not going to trade for any of these guys.
Marquez, I think they could trade for Marquez.
As we've discussed, this team should not trade for any pitchers. Let's just ride the wave, not make the playoffs.
They
should trade
Herman Marquez
I
is
would
a
want
top
Marquez.
15 pitcher in baseball if he gets traded out of Colorado. I firmly believe that he can be that good.
I don't think you would have to give up too much for Marquez, to be honest.
They're looking
I
to
really
trade him.
don't.
I think that a good answer would be Sonny Gray or even Yimi Garcia. Yimi Garcia probably a pretty cheap option for the bullpen, and he's a really good pitcher.
Yeah, I'd rather just like shift like Pearson to the pen and get a starter or something, or do something like that. But
Remember we had Kirby Yates?
yeah, that was awesome for
10 minutes. I mean, Sonny Gray's a great pitcher when he's healthy.
I kind of forgot about Kirby Yates.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just the guy who could help save our bullpen.
Yeah,
kind of,
for sure. Just a veteran. That's what we need.
Yeah.
But
I don't
anyways,
know. I'm
I
not
think I would.
excited
Who
about
would you
anything.
want out of that? I would go Marquez, but obviously, I think that
I'm not excited about it. Marquez is the only one.
Yeah.
I have really. Cal Gibbs has been good. Sonny
for the
Gray's
price,
good.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I
He's
think
the
it's
only-
like a lot of it. I think has to do with price. Like I think Gibson and Marquez could be had for like player to be named later type packages. Then there's like that that name value with Sonny Gray that makes me feel like they
Yeah,
have to
Sonny
give something
Gray. I
up.
feel like you'd have to give up. He's
Kyle
a young
Gibson-
guy.
Kyle Gibson's been one of the better pitchers this year for sure.
Yeah.
But would you put your bank account on Kyle Gibson being good next
I
year?
wouldn't trade anyone valuable for Kyle Gibson.
But a contender would probably trade for Kyle Gibson.
Yeah, you need him.
Yeah,
you
a
do need him
contender
this year.
would,
Not
but yeah.
Problem is, boys, the Jays aren't contenders. Anyways,
that is a
question number
fact
3.
when you're 4th in the division.
Exactly.
Question 3.
Big news over the weekend. Wander Franco up in the bigs playing on Tuesday. Are we tempering our expectations because of how rookies have performed this season, or are we just riding the wave and just love our rookies?
You have to temper expectations.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the Rays always have a plan, and every time they bring someone up, it feels like they stay for good. So
Like look at McClanahan, what he's done for them too.
He's been good.
But Wander Franco hasn't really played above like A ball until this year. And he's played 2 months at AAA. Obviously generational prospect.
Yes.
He's an awesome switch hitting middle infielder with speed and power. But we just got to temper it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a must roster in all fantasy formats. But
Which isn't really tempering our expectations that much. But thinking he was going to be like, we had Daniel Lynch we were just high on just because everyone else was high on him. I didn't really know crazy about. But God, like it's exciting. Thank God they called him up. Fidel Brujan hopefully he's coming up soon. Taylor Walls was not the answer, and just the fact that they brought him up, and then the Rays just went on a hot streak too with him up is just why the Rays are just somehow seem to be big brain, but just makes no sense to the regular person. I think ever.
It would be so fun just working in that front office and just being like, just examining what's going on.
Yeah, no,
like,
they'd be like-
do we want to bring up our top prospect
They'd be
here?
like, what do the people want? This is the flow chart. What do the people want? And then they say one thing, and then it should we do it? And the answer would always be no.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, let's do something else to like make them even more angry and like make no more sense. But
if we ask them like, why was Wander Franco not brought up? I wonder if they had some crazy answer.
They are the best team in baseball right now.
That is
Jeremy.
true.
yeah,
That is
they've
true.
been
So they know something.
They figure something out.
Think
so.
about how good this team is going to be. The Rays, Franco
Brujan,
and then
too.
Brujan. Holy shit!
I feel like
Glasnow is obviously a huge hurt.
and a Rosarena who Drew hates.
Yeah.
But
Franco will
Really
give
sweet.
them a real star though too, which is kind of good for the market there.
Yep.
I think he'll struggle
But
for a
they're-
few games, but he'll have a good overall rookie season.
Yeah, tough to see what we saw with Kalanick, but because we were projecting him to be insane. So
I thought he was going to be good.
This
right
would come
away.
from someone who's a little less in tune with it. Is he a big personality or no?
I mean, he's
I
Franco?
don't think so. I don't.
Brujan's-
Everything I've heard,
Brujan is
a
more of a
huge
personality than Wander Franco is, but at that point, is Ronald Acuna a big personality? No, he doesn't really speak English, so you can't really market that guy.
It's like
Well,
Tatis.
but
Like, what's
you let your
Tatis?
play do the talking at that
Yeah.
point. Someone
Yeah.
who's loud on the
Yeah.
field, and I think that's what Wander Franco is.
You think he's loud on the field?
Loud as in like he's gonna fucking
Like playing
look
wise,
cool
yeah.
as shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna
That-
flip his bat. Yeah,
That's where I see
Yeah.
that's where I see the Acuna thing is like the basically complete outfit he puts on when he's at the plate of like the
Yellow
highlighter.
Yeah,
shit.
I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, but then you just realize he's done one interview in English. and
Yeah,
you're like,
exactly.
fuck, like,
He's not
I've
actually-
never heard this guy talk
That's
before.
sort of like Vlad. Like you're like, oh, I'm excited for his interview. He's like, can't speak English.
Well, we should get Dominican people and fucking translate it for us.
Well,
you
they
know?
do. They do that.
Just have it on
It's just-
screen. Just
yeah,
have someone type.
that's
you know?
true.
Come
That's
in,
true.
Vlad. All right, next question.
I got a big stat for the people here. Zack Wheeler, second overall in the majors in expected ERA. He's only behind DeGrom. Is he a top 5 starting pitcher?
I think he's a top 5 fantasy pitcher. I wouldn't call him a top 5 pitcher overall in the MLB, but
I think
call
we
him a
should
top 5 fantasy
stick
pitcher.
to fantasy. I don't think anyone would
I
say
have
he's
10
top
people
5.
I like more than him.
Yeah, I'd say
In
like,
fantasy?
Yeah.
I'd say he's 10 to 12.
I don't know. 10 more.
DeGrom, Cole, Darvish, Woodruff, Burns, Scherzer, Bauer, Giolito, Buehler, Bieber. I like more than him.
Yeah.
That's crazy how good Wheeler's been this year.
Yes, for sure.
He's third on owner's box.
More than Nola? You guys like him more
Yeah,
than Nola?
Nola's been terrible.
He has been bad. I think it's the season that.
I mean, you were talking rest of the season here. Like, is he a top 5?
think
Well,
I'd
like I
rather
guess
have
overall and,
Nola.
but like I mean, high strikeout pitcher who's been pitching deep in the games every start.
He's been awesome. I'm not saying he's a top 30 starting pitcher. I'm saying he's almost in the top 10, which is just as good.
Jared, where do you draw the line? Like, who would you of those guys he listed if you were going to trade for Zack Wheeler? What guy would you not?
I would
trade
probably
him for?
trade Burns for Zack Wheeler at this point.
I knew
Burns
you
has
were just
been
looking at that.
Burns has been
Spin rate guy.
yeah.
too.
He hasn't been very good. I would take I see Bauer and him like head to head, like similar pitchers. They can go deep in the games, high strikeout upside. But Giolito, I just don't think he's been good enough to be in that conversation right now. The earned runs are a concern for him. And then who else? Darvish, he hasn't been very consistent either. A couple rough starts, but
True. That's what happened.
there's like a
we're not
line
even
where-
halfway through the
it's
season
tough.
yet.
I think
where-
he's been more consistent than a lot of those guys, but the way I see it is him and Bauer fighting for like that 5 spot.
I mean, I think that's relevant information for people watching. They could probably buy
for
him
trading.
from somebody who really doesn't understand where he's at.
Or you could even sell him and get something for some people.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
know where he's at.
sell him for one of those guys. You
Yeah.
could sell him for I think Bauer for him like straight up is a fair trade.
What about Gosman? We're going to get into the Giants in a minute. What about Gosman?
Would I trade Zack Wheeler for Gosman?
Yeah.
I would
Probably.
take Zack Wheeler.
I would
I
take
think
Zack
he's just
Wheeler,
a better
too.
Gosman.
Okay.
All right. Drew, you're going to chime in?
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, Drew, are you going to say something?
I would take Wheeler at about 10 to 12, probably.
No, Gosman, though.
Gosman for Wheeler. Who would you take?
Wheeler.
There we go. Next question, T-Mac.
Along the lines of the San Francisco Giants, top of the division. Are they true contenders, a playoff team at the very least?
They're a veteran team. You look who's
I
in
think
that lineup.
every single player is overperforming for that team.
Yeah. Like you look who like Crawford's been crazy good.
Buster Posey.
Brandon
Belt's been decent.
Yeah.
Like they could make a
Yastrzemski is a guy who we thought would be
true.
good right away.
He's
and
old.
About to say that.
And he didn't even start hitting well.
He's
Now
starting to
heat up.
yeah.
Now he was
If he gets hot, then they could be really good.
But again, it's a rotation of guys who are overperforming. I think is what
Alex Wood's coming down now.
Alex Wood came down to life.
Yeah.
That one hit like a ton of fucking bricks. Alex Wood coming back to life.
I think at the
That's
end of the
tough.
season, you're going to find Padres and Giants in that wild card game, right? With the Dodgers winning the division.
If I had to guess, that would probably be how I'd go too.
And then
Oh,
are they going to
man.
beat the Padres in the wild card game?
The
no,
Padres
I
would
wouldn't.
pitch
And then beat the
Darvish.
Dodgers.
Well, it'd be Gosman versus.
That'd
I
be
love
hell. That'd be
Gosman's stuff this season.
That'd be a
It's just so
great
good.
game. That'd
And
be
then
an insane wild
The
card
winner's got
game.
to play the Dodgers probably in the first round if it's a wild card game, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see them getting very far in the playoffs, but probably making it.
Yeah,
to
that
the
doesn't
wild card
matter.
game.
But it's like one of the wasn't it the Giants would win the World Series every even year, and it's not an even year, right? So what was
So
it,
pretty
like
much they're
20?
doomed.
It was 10,
Yeah, I think
12,
they're
14.
doomed.
10,
I
12, 14.
think there's a difference. I think nobody would call them a true contender as World Series. I think
Correct.
like even
I
at
could
this
see them
stage,
make a deep run, but
really, even at this stage, I would say
It's you know how fucked baseball is.
Yeah,
like
I know.
the better team doesn't always win in baseball. It's not like
Yeah.
football. Usually the better team wins,
yeah,
which is tough to say. But
they could win a best out of 5 against.
the Dodgers,
It can happen.
the
no
Padres, yes.
chance.
That's so tough though.
That's
going
three
up against
start-
the Dodgers.
three
Yeah,
starters.
3.
Come on.
Once you're getting into the third start, it's a little like Julio Urias against Johnny Cueto.
Yeah, against-
start
yeah.
3. Who do you want there? So never mind. Maybe
It'd probably be Walker. Think about it. They got Bauer, Walker, and Kershaw.
Yeah,
and
it wouldn't
Urias
even
as
be-
their 4
Yeah.
too, who's been crazy good. He's probably top 20 pitcher this year too.
Yeah, he's been really good.
4 of the top 20 pitchers.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, T-Mac, next question.
Okay, Franco called up. So who are we looking to next? I would say both in at the plate, and maybe there's some pitchers still to look for.
I mean, Brujan's obviously the one guy who you think, are they just not, so that don't make it look obvious here and call up both guys? I don't think I've ever seen it where they call up two guys at the exact same time. And
they're like the Sedin twins coming up together, you know? That would be awesome if they called both of those guys up at the same time.
Takes the pressure off one guy, too.
I think it's Jarren Duran. I think it is Jarren Duran. It's got to happen soon. The Red Sox, in their last 30 games, they have one weighted run created plus from their leadoff hitter. Which is terrible.
Which is
absolutely
Enrique?
fucking horrible.
Yeah, they've been looking for a leadoff guy for a while now.
And I think Jarren Duran's that guy.
Who are they rolling through that
Hernandez.
spot?
Kike, like those types of guys.
Santana was hitting leadoff a couple games.
I think we could see Julio Rodriguez pretty soon. Did you see how he's doing in those
I
qualifiers?
don't think
They might be skeptical, though.
They did it with Kalenic.
Yeah,
they're not
might
going to go a guy younger than Kalenic.
Yeah.
Call up.
I think they'll bring back Kalenic before.
There's maybe this is a little, I forget the word. So when I've said something one way and now I'm talking the other side of it.
Contradicting.
Yes, that is the word. But I don't think you bring up Julio Rodriguez to learn in the majors. I think pitchers are different than hitters, so I'm not really contradicting myself. But like when we talked about Manoah, I said let him learn in the majors, which is good. I'm happy to let him learn in the majors as an advanced college pitcher, but not an international free agent for a team that I don't think is going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he's that young.
Another guy I'd written down was Bobby Witt Jr. possibly coming up.
Yeah, they were
at the end of
talking
the
about
year.
Bobby Witt.
Another guy. God, Mondesi is a top five, not even top five shortstop.
But if he's not on the field.
He's like a
I know.
Band-Aid.
It is crazy how much it's
he's
so.
a Band-Aid.
I have him in our weekly league, and he gets hurt every single Sunday. So you don't know what to do with him. Last week I missed out on
day-to-day.
Yeah, I missed out on 2 home runs because he comes back on Thursday. And
Don't do weekly leagues.
And then on Sunday he is back and he gets hurt on the Sunday again. I was like, you have got to be shitting me. Like, you can't get worse luck. I don't really know pitching prospects.
Pitching, yeah,
I haven't seen many guys. Jordan Balazovic, that's my answer.
That's true. I haven't really I
Skipper's
feel like all
podcast,
the big
favorite
pitchers
player.
guys got called up. Like I
Pretty
can't really
early.
think of any like big names that are just itching to come up.
Another guy like C.J. Abrams from the Padres, but they just have no room for him.
Yeah, that lineup's too packed.
Another young guy too.
packed.
CJ Abrams is a good left-handed hitter, fast as fuck.
On the Adalberto front, you know, Avery, that your best ability is availability, right?
Everyone knows that. Yeah.
Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Your best ability is availability.
All right.
Harden was out there.
He was, but he was a shell of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Jeremy Roach. This is a free question. Someone asked if Jeremy's golf game has gotten any better. Give us the answer, Jeremy.
Probably not. If I'm being honest. It's probably
Have you
probably on a horizontal line right now.
have you or have you not broken 100 this season?
Well, it probably doesn't count, but
Acton, yeah, it doesn't count.
yeah, so no.
It's been a few weeks since I've
So
seen
no.
Jeremy play. So
Yeah. Just getting my swing back.
Just getting your swing.
Yeah.
It's the new diet, though. It's going to get you
Yeah.
to go low.
Hopefully. Shredded. Hopefully.
Next question, team.
first base, it's kind of been a bit thin lately, or so far this year. Who are your top 5 first basemen rest
All right.
of the season?
Let's rapid fire these.
Rapid
okay?
fire. Who wants
You
to go
first?
Me?
Yep.
Vladdy, Freddie Freeman, Matt Olson, Cody Bellinger, Jose Abreu.
Wow.
Is
Cody
Bellinger
Bellinger.
an outfielder?
He has first base
No, yeah,
eligibility.
he's
Okay.
first base. It's fair. I got Vlad Olson as 2, Freeman, Martinez, and Abreu. I'm surprised you didn't have. Wait, did you have Martinez?
No.
I got Vladdy, Freeman, Olson, Abreu, and that's pretty close to the last one, but I went with Walsh over Pete Alonso.
I don't like
Man, you guys
did
don't
you-
have JD Martinez?
I
Yeah,
think
who
he's
did
a
you have
DH
for?
or outfielder.
Ave?
Cody Bellinger.
You're right, right.
I just see him as an
Yeah, that's true.
outfielder, too.
That's true. I guess that's the way you see him.
But he has first base eligibility.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
T-Mac, any surprises you would have in your top 5?
I mean, I like Olson. I
Yeah.
think that the Athletics are going to heat up rest of the season.
He's been heating up.
and you
Olson's
said he's like
amazing.
the.
He's got
you know-
20 home runs. He's in the top 5 home runs. He's got like 53 RBIs. To put that in perspective, Vlad has like 57. So
Yeah.
We all have Vladdy, Freeman, Olson, and Abreu.
yeah, we're all big on Olson, but I feel like he's never talked about.
He's kind of the 5th guy.
Yeah, I was gonna write an article once our blog's up. Stay tuned, it's coming.
Yeah.
Most underrated player in the MLB, Matt Olson.
It's a good
Blog
pick.
coming
It's coming.
soon.
It's coming.
All right, T-Mac, next question.
Last one, Trevor Story. I mean, first off, do we all believe he will be traded this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a massive trade.
I mean, it sucks.
He's got to get traded though. I think
they've shown what they're going to do to their stars. Like, you don't want to be around. You should ask for a trade.
So the shortstop position's been pretty good this year. Like, where would he be going to?
Two I got written down: Yankees and Oakland A's. Big needs at shortstop.
Man,
Oakland
got
Oakland
Story.
too.
Is there any way the Yankees have so many? Who's playing there right now?
Urshela is playing shortstop right now.
Is he?
Okay.
I saw him.
They could really use Story, the Yankees.
He's such a Yankees player.
Yeah, he is such a.
Why is he a Yankees player?
Because they always get the big name at the deadline.
So it doesn't mean he's a Yankees player.
He just thinks about LeMahieu.
Who was on the Rockies.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the Yankees are just assholes. Yankees fans are
it's
assholes.
just perfect. Like,
the
he'll
Yankees
hit
would
bombs
make the big
there.
trade for Story.
Yeah, it's hard when you just like kind of run out of prospects though to trade for that.
And also
Oakland,
Gleyber
that'd be quite the addition of that Oakland lineup. Story playing shortstop.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I give that one about a 0% chance.
Yeah,
that the
they would have to give up a lot.
That very rare they trade for a star, but they have a big need at shortstop.
What if they gave up Luzardo?
Oh yeah, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
First off, it being the A's, like the money they spend on players, et cetera, but they're also in this position right now where they're trying to move out of Oakland. I highly doubt ownership is willing to spend whatever the money
they don't even know if they're going to stay.
Story have a huge contract?
He has to. No, he has. I believe his contract's coming up, so someone's gonna have to sign him.
Okay, so he's not making.
But then
too much.
again,
But you don't.
If you're making that trade,
you don't want him as a rental if you're the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
I thought Oakland too.
Exactly.
I didn't think anyone was going to say Oakland.
I think he'll end the year either on the Oakland A's or on the Yankees.
Fuck, I hope not the Yankees.
He's been heating up.
That makes me sick. All right,
good to
any
see.
more? We didn't have a roster, so you can't reconstruct a roster if you don't have one, fellas. So if you need help,
Send us an email.
We should have done our roster. Reconstruct.
We should have.
Yeah, Jeremy's for the week.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, should I send
We should
them
do
to
Team A's roster.
So maybe next week.
Next week. So send in those rosters, ask those questions from everyone here. Thanks for watching. Join the Cord. Subscribe. Like it.
Like.
Thank you, Ace Hill. Thank you, Tyler. Love you guys. See you next time.
See you next time.
Love you.